Hello and welcome to a collegiate StarCraft League match between University of New Mexico and UT Austin. This is a Division II game, and this was played in Week 4 of the CSL season 2013-2014. And these will be cast from replays. Let's go ahead and jump into our first game between Tyr and Narandelar. Tyr representing University of New Mexico and other player representing UT Austin. And in the bottom right-hand corner, we have that purple Terran. He's the meching Terran from UNM. His name is Tyr. And the top left-hand position, we do have that teal Zerg player, the man representing UT Austin. His name is Narandelar. ZVT, Belshire Vistage. This map is pretty even in general. I mean, Terran does have only one general area to get a Reaper in. So early scouting is not necessarily the best thing for our Terran player here. However, nice natural that they can be walled in. And easily defended. Oh, and Tyr celebrating the love of the Brood War music that you can put on with the newest patch. Makes the games 10 times better. So in this game, I suspect Tyr will be going mech. Tyr always goes mech. In all my games against him, he has, except maybe a few where he did go Biomine, which kind of threw me off a bit. But also, I have a hard time dealing with Biomine in my Gold League as a Gold League hero. And it looks like our Zerg player will be going 15 hatch. There's no reason why not against Terran. Going 15 hatch. 15 hatch, 15 pool. I like to go gasless with a 6 queen open. However, other players like to get speed a little early, so they're able to stop anything that may be coming, as well as for scouting purposes. And judging by this gas timing, we will have a Reaper out for our Terran player Tyr, representing University of New Mexico. And no, 16 pool. A little bit of a greedier open from our Zerg player. And I think mech is pretty good on this map. It's really easy to put missile turrets up in this small general area, and also around the natural, so that our Terran player is able to stop anything. If he moves out, he won't get hit by mutas or maybe drops of some sort. And Tyr just comes in, sees the gas timing as well as the pool. Is going to move around the natural, confirm that nothing too serious is coming too early. Reactor core coming down on that barracks. Going to probably pump out and get a factory right after this to get some Hellions. No Reaper. Just going for 2 Marines for defense. And going to move right into factory most likely as soon as that gas builds up. No. And yeah, CC, excuse me. And then a factory for sure. Maybe. We'll see if he deviates from how I've always known him. And you want to get those Hellions out, especially against Zerg. And that first 100 gas is there, and he does spend it on speed, and he does take the rest of his dudes off gas. So he's going to focus mostly on economic opening, get some queens out, maybe probably get a third rather quickly. And we do have that factory out, and we will see the switch. We will see the switch from the barracks to the factory in order to get reactor Hellions out faster to just get some map control, stop creep spread. Maybe try to do some damage on the mineral line. I mean, these days, Zerg is definitely prepared for it, not necessarily wanting to overextend in that capacity, because once you lose map control, that's really all you have for a certain squishy part of the game is Terran. And 2 more queens coming out, and 2 queens at the front for defense. This is absolutely a great play from our Zerg player. Focusing on macro opening, focusing on creep spread. CC moving down in the natural. Bunker coming down, natural for defense. And no, we're not seeing the reactor heavy. We're seeing him go straight into tank production. Actually, I think Tier will be doing a small push out with 2 to 4 tanks and a group of Marines to pressure the third if and when our Zerg player does decide to do that. His creep spread is going really well at the moment. It remains gasless, but I'm assuming right about now he's going to take all of his gases. He has 2 bases saturated. His third's about to go down. And here comes gas number 2. What about gas number 3 and gas number 4? Okay, not necessarily yet. Yeah, it looks like Tier is gearing up for a bit of pressure. Tank and one reactored racks, and 1 tech lab on a factory pressure. Our Zerg player does see that he is making tanks at this moment. He's not making reactor Hellions, so he should know that he needs to be ready for a little push out, a little bit of pressure on his third. Third and fourth gas is taken. Great map control from our Zerg player, having very key locations for drops on the side of the map and having the inside of the map with the Zelnaga towers. Oh, a quick third CC and second gas. So behind this pressure, he will be taking his third. And we are seeing with that gas, our Zerg player using it effectively, getting his Bangling Nesses down, and it will pop by the time his lair finishes, and he'll be able to research Bangling speed. He's assuming it's going to be continued bio. He's getting his melee and carapace upgrades and a spine crawler. And here's the move out. 3 tanks and a bunch of Marines going toward the third. Zerglings have scouted it. Will he have enough to be able to do this? There are 8lings in production and 8 on the map. I'm not sure that will be enough. He does have some queens, but we'll see if this can get some work done, but it looks like it probably will. Sort of a panicky situation. Also, why would you put a spine crawler on the top there? It's not going to be done in time anyway. This is really catching our Zerg player off guard right now, and Blue Flame is being researched. Another factory in production. He will be going mech after this. And here is the siege. The Zerg player can do very little about this. Very, very little. He's not going to be able to go around. He's making a whole bunch of banglings, but really those are going to get chewed up by these tanks. Tanks leapfrogging up, destroying the third. And this third is toast. Spire is down. Bangling speed has started now. Blue Flame is halfway done. More Hellions are on their way out. This could really, could snowball if there's enough Hellions out. Are there any Hellions out right now? There's 1 Hellion out right now. Tyr deciding just to pull back, not going to really overextend. He did what he needed to do. No, he's going to go for it. Nope, he wanted to kill the creep tumors. Awesome. Creep spread has been good so far. Those creep tumors should be replaced as soon as possible in order to keep creep spread, especially against the meching Terran. But I think our Zerg player has made a huge mistake. He is going Ling Bang, which if you get them while they're moving out, it could work out. But honestly, it's not necessarily going to work out. Tier's third is down. It's a PF at the moment. He's going to transfer SCVs over there. Yes. Yeah, it's going to transfer SCVs over there. We do have a scan of the main, revealing the Spire. He will be ready with missile turrets, most likely. Blue Flame is finished. More tanks in production. This is a very scary army, and he didn't lose any of those Marines. He could make a push out of that, just keep the Marines. I mean, he at one point, if he wants to remain mech, he's going to need to trade them for Hellbats to be tanky and have air superiority against the mutas. Zerg just sticking with Mutiling Bane, getting his +2 in Ventral Sacs so he can get around faster. Not Ventral Sacs, but Pneumatized Carapace to then have faster Overlords for scouting. He is now retaking his third. Our Zerg player is behind. 98 supply to 105. Ooh. 49 to 57. So he's still in the game, but he's not where he should be. He's we have 3 bases going for our Terran player, and he is moving up to finish to seal the deal right now, or at least try to seal the deal. Bunch of Blue Flame Hellions, 5 tanks, and a bunch of Marines. He's going to try to come back to that third, see if he can get the cancel on it, or maybe attack. But he is attacking further onto creep than he was prior. There are 2 queens over there that are fulfilling the creep dream. The Blue Flame Hellions and the mech has been very much exposed right now. And can our Zerg player get us surrounded? It looks like he may be able to. The tanks are not sieged, and there is a surround. This is beautiful from our Zerg player, taking out all the bio and all of the Blue Flame Hellions. That was the full army supply of our Terran player. He has 5 Hellions and 1 tank, 2 Marines to his name, and here comes the counterattack coming straight to the natural of our Terran friend. He does have the front fortified quite well. He needs to raise these supply depots as quick as he can. No! Chasing after Blue Flame Hellions instead of going straight toward the natural. This is kind of a fragile time, and he's going to lose quite a few of those lings. But taking out the rest of those Blue Flame Hellions, and his army is just sticking up here. He's morphing a few more Banelings. Maybe he wants to take out this third. It's ill-advised. There are too many missile turrets. There's a PF. All he has to do is repair that PF and just let him wail away. Gonna lose 2 mutas in that engagement, and he doesn't really have the economy to afford that. He doesn't have the gas production. Super low right now, hanging out by the Zelnaga Tower. Creep spread has stopped. Oh no, it's still going. His creep spread's still going. Good guy. Tyr getting Hellbats and tanks in a kind of precarious position. Has enough missile turrets up to really stop any sort of fly-in. Great plays from Tyr. His level 1 vehicle ship weapons and plating are coming in. He's getting some Thors out. He's going to be in a really great position to stop this army. There's only a certain window against mech where Ling, Bangling, and Muta are good, because you can't really do any damage. Once they fortify a base, you're basically just, okay, I have to get another base, survive, and hopefully deny their next base. The smartest thing in this case would be Swarm Host Contain. Swarm Host Contain with Viper and Spore Crawler and Queens. Do the transfuse on the Spore Crawler while the Vipers consume consume the Spore Crawlers, Queens transfuse them, and then with each wave pull in something. But that'll make this game an hour-long game, as opposed to however long it is. Kind of a standstill right now. Our Zerg player is getting his third up, which he needs so desperately. Adrenal Glands is coming in, +1 attack. Oh my god, he's getting ultras so quickly. I don't necessarily like this from our Zerg player. I don't know why he thinks he needs ultras, because honestly against mech it's very hard, especially if you have enough Thors. Well, no, it doesn't matter. He has tanks. I don't believe ultras are cost effective against mech. I mean, if you want, you absolutely need Swarm Hosts. It's just a must. And our Zerg player is so far behind. He did take his 4th at this sort of forward location. He needs to get those 7th and 8th gases up fairly quickly if he wants to continue to move maybe into different tech ranges or be able just to upgrade himself. He is getting chitinous plating for his ultras, and he does have the Collector's Edition ultras, which are very pretty. Oh, Tyr moving out onto the map, right onto creep like a boss. Moving up, Zerg player sees this. He's going to actually go for it instead of counterattacking, but he's going to give Tyr a chance to siege up right now. But there's enough Blue Flame Hellbats right near here to just destroy everything. But no, there's still a lot more in favor of our Terran player right now. And what does he have in his base right now, or what's in production? Nothing in production at the moment, and he is moving forward to that third. It's going to be really hard for Zerg to remax with anything tech-oriented because he doesn't have enough gas pooled. He can make a lot of Zerglings, which he's doing right now. There are 40 on the way, but great positioning from these Hellbats, and they won't be able to do a thing. But no, our Zerg player is cleaning this up with some mutas. Not the most cost-efficient trade in the world, and oh, these Hellbats were able just to eat up all those lings that just popped by the third. We'll be able to take care of quite a few right here, and decimated the drone line. Pretty cost-effective trades for our Terran player. It does. I mean, a lot of the units that he is making with mech are gas heavy, and once you lose them, it's hard to replenish the gas. But if you're able just to keep taking out the third base, the third place of income for the Zerg player, it doesn't necessarily matter. You will be able to make out such a strong small force against whatever it is he will have at the time. I mean, right now, what's on the map for our Zerg player? 3 Ultras, a few Mutas that just got, you know, are pretty butthurt about this turret line. And now with sensor towers up, this Terran player is nearly unstoppable. We do have 3-3 coming down, melee, and Carapace for our Zerg player. Don't think it's going to make too much of a difference. This is a near 2-2 and 3 attacks started for this mech army, which is just entirely too powerful. These tanks will siege, the Ultras will bunch up, and it will just be over. But we'll see. This game has gone on for quite a long time, quite a few trades, quite a few moments of vulnerability where the Zerg could have run into the natural, could have just stopped production right there, but instead stayed back, tried to pressure a third that was basically unpressurable. Tier playing just a really smart game. Creep is not as far as it could be with these active tumors. But again, but here is the, I would say, final move out from our Terran player. This is a very scary army, and there is definitely not enough to stop this. Will these Ultras get some work done? I don't think so. Tanks not even sieging. Just on the DPS of their regular attack. But there's nothing to really contest with these Mutas. No Vikings. He has to pull back right now, otherwise these Mutas will pick him apart as he keeps going up to the 4th. Get into the missile turrets. Need to get in the missile turrets. Loses a Banshee. And there are the missile turrets. But there's really no other response from our Zerg player right now. He's making some Muta, but definitely not enough. A few Vikings will be able to stop that. And he's making more Ultras. I don't think he really has the gas to pull up anything to really stop this army. He needs to do a tech switch into Swarm Host. His main is nearly mined out, or he's not mining there anymore. His natural is nearly mined out. I mean, effectively, he's not even 2 base right now. With that saturation, pressuring the 4th right now is our Zerg player. Causing the lift, not going to have the DPS to destroy this. A few Vikings out right now, and 2 Thors, which we will stop any air. Will he be able to save it? Will he be able to save it? He will, hopefully. And the attack going on at the optional 4th location. Decimating the Ultras are those tanks. Tyr in such a commanding position, moving his way up to the 3rd on creep, not caring who can see him, what gushes underneath the treads of his tanks. He wants blood. Tyr pulling all of his SCVs to stop the burning on that 4th command center. We just have a bunch of Mutas which aren't going to be good against these 2 Thors. I mean, if they're caught out of position or destroyed first by Lings, and our Zerg player just decided to evacuate that 3rd. It's been a reoccurring broken record this entire game. Skipping record, excuse me. And moving into the 4th, which is oversaturated. Needs to take a 5th, needs more bases, needs more money, needs something. Taking out a few Vikings right there, just picking off army as he can, and that's definitely good, but I don't know, this is a very... Oh, and here come the SCVs to repair everything as he goes for the coup de grace. 2 Ultras, 6 Lings, quite a few Muta against a 3-3 mech army. SCV is attacking an Ultra that doesn't seem to want to attack them. I wonder who got that kill. If an SCV lived and had an Ultra kill and hung out with other SCVs, it would just be ridiculous. And the siege and anything that comes out of here is just going to be destroyed. There's no way really to stop this right now. We do have a small force of whatever's left of our Zerg player. I don't think it's going to work out though. And Tyr's 4th has been going up, has been fortified, and it's up. It's going to be mining. The rest of the bases are mined out, nearly mined out for our Terran player, and he has a lot of not working SCVs. But again, he's meching it work. Don't need money right now. And our Terran player pulling back, not interested in finishing it. I mean, our Zerg player is just sitting on no mining bases. I mean, his income is not so good at the moment. Distance mining right now is what he has to do in order to, and that's not necessarily cost effective. And Tyr pulling his whole army to stop. 10 mutas. Creep spread continues on the side, however, I mean, there's some patches gone, but it's still kind of good for him. Be able to see things coming, but can he stop it? He cannot. We will see the GG very shortly. There's really nothing our Zerg player can do. Congratulations, University of New Mexico, on taking this Game 1 against UT Austin. Tyr, the meching player, showing such strength. And the final engage. Boom, boom, boom. And the GG. And UNM takes this game number 1. And unfortunately, Game 2 was forfeited by University of New Mexico. And we are going to go into Game 3, which is a 2v2. And this is going to be on Isle of Slaughter. If you're familiar with it, if you're not familiar with it, it is an S-shaped map. In order to get to the next base, it eliminates cheesy play is what it does in a bit. It makes it hard, so you have to actually go all the way around if you want to do an early pool, early lings. And this is going to be in between, UNM is represented by Loafer Bear and Eisgar. And the UT Austin will be Forkbomb and San. I'm going to do as well as I can with this. I'm going to give more of a bird's eye view because it is 2v2 to be able to see engagements, multiple armies. In 2v2, the meta is definitely to make a lot of tier 1 units quite fast and do a push. Hopefully do some damage. If not, be able to just expand behind it if you are a Protoss or a Terran. Or if you can fortify bases and look for a 2-base timing, that could also work as well. But you want to hit first and you want to hit together. You always want to keep your armies together. If one army is separated and it's overwhelmed by 2 other armies, you're basically dead in the water because there's really no time to gather up more troops, more army after that. You're put in a position where anything that you've mined in the beginning is invested into this sort of defense as well as your offense, and once it's lost, it's pretty dire. We are seeing a 14 gas, 14 pool, and it looks like a Reaper opening or a quick factory. And we are having our pink Zerg player expand first. So if there is some type of aggression from University of New Mexico, it may be harder to stop it. However, it's such a long distance to get there. I'm not sure really what it's going to do, but both Zerg players are expanding right now. And we do have a gas coming down from Forkbomb, from UT Austin. Pulls down, nearly done for our Zerg player. And see, yes, good. He kept one drone on gas and has research speed. So he is going to be doing a speedling timing, but focusing on trying to get a natural as quickly as possible. Reactor core coming down, and we are going to see this factory drop right now. We're going to see a quick Hellion Ling timing early, which is very devastating against Mass Ling. So we're going to see how much work that it can get done right over here. I mean, really, these Zerg players are they're macroing right now. They're just still droning, and we do have a quick lair from one of our Zerg players with UT Austin, so this may be sort of a situation where the other player is going to feed that player in order to get mutas. It happens a lot in team games. You'll see one player macroing and one macroing to something, and one just kind of putting on mineral dump defense, just using minerals to do whatever. Zerg player finally taking that natural from UNM. And we don't have really any defense from our Zerg right now. This is actually a great position for UNM. I mean, as soon as 4 Hellions are out, they just need to go. They need to go, go, go once they get 4 Hellions out. There's enough Lings out to really put on pressure right now. I mean, this would have been a good time to kind of test the waters, maybe send them up. I'm kind of not liking this move. You don't want to get rid of those rocks, especially against 2 Zergs. Unless you have it fortified, unless you have tanks, or an area that has defense, it just kind of just opens yourself up for just getting run in, because this S run in, it works to your advantage. All right, we are seeing a Spire from green, from Forkbomb. Where is that Spire? Where is that Spire? It's in the back. In a quick lair, maybe I think he's getting fed gas. Okay, so the Hellions are out from our UNM players. They are heading up. These Lings need to just go up. They need to go. They need to go. Yeah, they all need to go. Go. It's time. It's time. All right, this is gonna be pretty kind of tough. There's some static D over here. They're definitely gonna have to run to the other side. 8 Hellions total. Everything needs to bunch up. It needs to go in. This timing. Oh, and making banglings. Don't really need to make banglings because the flames from the Hellions, because all those drones are lining up. That's really great for our UNM players, being able to just try to take that out. There is a Banshee coming out to put in stuff, but there are 7 mutas in production. This needs to be quick. You need to be working on this. And oh, the Lings need to stay with the Hellions. Lings need to stay with the Hellions to tank for the Hellions. But does get that hatchery. And Bangling's taking out all of Green's economy. Great move by UNM. The mutas are about out, and here they go, and they will be able to clean up these Hellions. This is sort of a bad situation. Needs to... I don't know if this is going to really work out right now. They need to pull back. They need to put out Static D immediately. Spore Crawler's down for Eisgar. Another Banshee in production from our Terran player. So far, a lot of workers are killed. It's been definitely a worthy run, but there needs to be, right now, just keep streaming Lings, maybe? Because those are the only mutas out right now, and as long as Lings keep hitting the base, there's those mutas cannot leave. Both players keeping their money down. And here come the mutas. You're going to be able to pick off these Spore Crawlers fairly quickly. Cancel that Spore Crawler. No! It's okay. You have a second one. Will it get up in time? Can you transfuse it? Will you? Yes, you will transfuse it. You will be able to take out 1 muta. Maybe 2. And hopefully a 3rd. Yes, taking down the muta count a little bit. Losing a queen in the process. Terran moving all of his stuff back right now. He doesn't have anything that can anti-air to stop it. He is putting up missile turrets right now. I'm not sure it's going to be enough. Our Zerg's main is Spore Crawlered up, and he has 2 queens out. Green is... Oh, but he does have a Spore Crawler out to stop that Banshee. Will it die? No. Or will it get some work done? We'll be able to get some work, get 2 drones, but definitely not worth its weight in gold just yet because these mutas will be able to clean it up. We do have some Lings across the map from our UNM team. Those mutas are still wreaking havoc over here. However, Loafer Bear, the Terran from UNM, has stopped these mutas, has pushed them back. Right now he needs to expand. He needs to get out all of his, get his bio going, get upgrades, especially Stim. He needs Stim almost immediately. They are at an advantage right now, or maybe more even, more than anything. There's a lot of Static D over here from our pink Zerg player, and our green Zerg player is still trying to get his drone count up. So right now, UNM is sort of in a good position if they can just hold it together. And losing Banglings, oh no. Don't want to morph Banglings unless you're going to use them, especially this early in the game. And especially if there's mutas on the field because they can't run away. And we do have a quick third coming out from our pink Zerg player. No, UNM's just going to push their advantage right now. Just push their advantage, and there really isn't too much left of these rocks. All the Terran has to do is get up and just keep crippling green, so it'll be just 2 base to 3 base. Because he will not be able to attack into all the static D. And we have a Roach Warren down in Hydralisk Den, and I'm sure that we're going to see a lot of that coming out. We're seeing 11 Roaches come out, which is going to be really hard to deal with, especially without Stim. Widowmine's down. Can they get the connection that we so desperately need against those mutas? I don't think so. He's moving over, and it's sort of like a standstill right now. What is blue doing? Blue is 4 Lings are on the way. I don't think Larva Injects were there. Yeah, he has so much energy. And was there a connection? It doesn't look like there was a good connection on those mutas. And right now, these two small armies from both Zerg players is big enough to destroy the one army from Loafer Bear. So he's going to expand right now, and these mutas are going to do quite a bit of harass and hopefully take out a lot of overlords. Which, how many overlords are just kind of out hanging? Oh, great Widowmine hit! Great Widowmine hits. They have to go back and regen right now, so gonna be able to stay away from the base. But maybe he could snipe this SCV that's building the natural, and does snipe it, and is working down on it sort of for a second, but has to pull back. But really, that is a crucial blow to Loafer Bear. He needs to get that natural up immediately. And the third down from our pink Terran San, and his Hydra Roach Force is just holding down the front. Not necessarily have to do anything. We do have a third coming down from Eisgar. However, his natural doesn't have that many drones at it. He needs to... No, his main is fine. Lings coming out. Lings are going to be do so well against this because our Zerg player's only been making drones right now. He's not making Lings. He's just going to make these muta, kind of try to balk him up, and he's going to deny... No, he almost denies this expansion again from Loafer Bear. Great plays from our UT Austin player. And we see such an upgrade advantage from our Zerg team. The UNM team is going to move forward. This is maybe an actually kind of good timing right now. Do we have Stim? No, we do not have Stim, but we do have combat shields, so that may be enough. It would be nice to have Stim because he does have enough medevacs to support this. I mean, it would be great to have 1 or 2 more. But right now, he has enough stuff to stop Lings. A good composition in general. And with these Banglings with him, it's going to be great. However, there's a small window in which the static D is going to be up. So he may be able to stop this. But this army is so huge from our pink player. He has 1-1, and we have these Banglings, and they're going to connect on the Hydras. Or at least try to. Great pullback. The Banglings somewhat wasted. And... the third is taken down, stopping the momentum of our Zerg players. However, they do have enough to push on this army, and really they shouldn't fight right now. UNM should not be fighting right now. This is not really good from them because those Roaches will tank, and the DPS from those Hydras are working down on that. It's basically going to be an even trade, but pulling back at the last second, honestly needing Stim so desperately. Forgetting Stim? Not having Stim? And we're moving into tank production or Viking. And we're having more Lings come up. Maybe be able to take out, yes, being able to take out this third, but want to work on those drones at the moment. And take out that hatchery. And moving back. Creepspit is doing really as well with our pink Terran player, who is putting up enough static D to stop anything that could come into the front, any type of run-bys. No, not necessarily any type of run-bys that could run past that, but putting down some static D. And static D in all the bases. These bases are ready for any type of run-by. And we are seeing the mutas go down to the third of Isgar. There's only 2 queens here. Not enough to stop this. Hopefully the transfuses happen. No, but they can't because he killed the one with the most energy first, so wasn't able to transfuse. And we do have a spine crawler up. Not well enough. Our Zerg player floating quite a bit of money right now. Having a lot of larvae not being used. Is there a lot of larvae not being used? Yes, there's tons of larvae not being used. But he is sort of supply blocked at the moment, or in an area where we will supply block. Lovelberg coming to defend. Our other Zerg player, his 2-2 is finished. He's just waiting in the front to maybe do some type of push. And no, he wants to posture forward. He has a lot of money. He has the tech advantage. Our Zerg player is on. Where's the Lings? Oh, no upgraded Bangling and Ling. We do have 1-1 for the Terran player, and we do have our Zerg player coming up right now from UT Austin, and we do have Lings and Mutas now because our green Zerg player was able to re-macro up, and he has been losing his Mutas all game, but honestly, he's given his opponent such an opportunity to get the tech advantage and get such a great army. This many Banelings is okay if he can get all the Hydras. If he can get all the Hydras, it'll be great. But we are seeing Infestors come out from our pink player. So Infestor, Ling, Roach. Infestor, Roach, Hydra against Ling, Muta, Bane. Or just Ling, Muta. And we do see the Greater Spire coming down. So this guy does want to get Broodlords. The posturing forward. I don't think this is enough. There's too much stuff here from our Zerg players. And honestly, with this many Banglings, you're, oh my gosh, wasting Banglings on just a little bit. It needs to move forward to destroy all of those Hydras, but it isn't enough. And Terran being worked down, and these Banglings doing absolutely nothing and actually just dying with indecision. UT Austin playing an absolutely great game against University of New Mexico, choosing to tech up, having great static D, doing a lot of hurt in the middle, but not being able to UNM doing a lot of hurt at the beginning against the green Zerg player, effectively canceling out his bases and his tech, but not being able to snowball that into something for themselves. And this Roach Hydra army is coming in basically uncontested. There is nothing really to stop. This 3-3 is coming in for that particular Zerg player, and Broodlords will probably be on their way rather soon. The SCVs are pulled. And this is basically GG. Congratulations, UT Austin, for taking this Game 2 in the CSL match against University of New Mexico. Okay, so it is 2-1 right now. In order to get to the ace match, this Game 4 has to be won by New Mexico. So let's go ahead and jump into Game 4 and see how it goes. This is going to be, whoa, Ravage? I have not seen this map before. It looks kind of like a Brood War map a little bit. Maybe a little bit. Well, awesome. So spawning, and the bottom left, right location is Kairos, a Protoss representing the University of New Mexico. And in the top left-hand corner, we have the Terran player Megamanzen representing UT Austin. Well, Ravage is a desert. What's this? Oh, destructible rocks. That's kind of cool how it says that on the map. One Zelnaga tower in the middle. Be able to see anything coming down from the middle. However, there are these side paths to optional third locations and optional fourth locations. Definitely a smaller map. Or how small is it? Big open areas. Well, let's put it this way. Every map favors Protoss. So we'll see if there's a gateway timing or some type of a gateway timing, maybe early 4-gate, not necessarily sure. With Kairos, I'm familiar with his play. He has a few different things up his sleeve. So if he has a mid-game timing, it's very strong. He meets his mid-game timing very well. His building placement is sometimes unique at best, and yeah, very, very interesting two-base timings that he likes to do. And our Terran player I've never seen play before. It looks like he will be getting a Reaper with that gas timing to... A Reaper expand against Protoss is, you know, an absolute standard. You'll be able to figure out where you need to go from there. If it's going to be Blink Stalker, if it's going to be, you know, a 2-base tech in general. I mean, either a 1-base all-in or 2-base tech. And that tech being an all-in or something more macro-oriented. Some Protoss players like getting thirds. It's not necessarily a common thing, but it certainly happens. Kairos, our UNM player, will be scouting. Oh, not being able to get in. Just getting there a little bit too early. But we'll go ahead and tickle it with his lightning beam. And will we see that Reaper first? Let's see that Reaper. Yep, we will see that Reaper. It will be a Reaper expand. Now, after the expand, he'll get 2 more barracks maybe, and his second gas for some type of bio timing at 10 minutes, which is usual for Terran against Protoss. Rather than the pesky probes stay on that side of the map, maybe indicating something. We're just seeing a really natural opening. Definitely going to see expand here in a minute. He only has Kairos only has 1 gas. He will be getting Warp Gate, Chrono boosting that out. I don't think he's going to do a 1-base. Is he going to do a 1-base play? I mean, he's. Let's see where it goes. Well, he didn't cancel the Zealot in order to get a faster Nexus. It doesn't look like he's pulling. Is he pulling minerals for the Nexus? It kind of looks like it. Actually, let's do that. That makes things a little bit easier. Yep, CC on the high ground. That Reaper's making its way over on Ravage. And there is a ledge right here. Very convenient for Reaper hop-ups. I don't think Kairos knew about this, otherwise he'd have a Stalker over there. But no, his Stalker's already out. Everything's good. I don't know if he's going to work out getting that Mothership Core, but his Nexus is down. He is going to do an expand, a 2-base build of some sort. Warp Gate halfway done. And in this particular game, Protoss needs to be able to... Well, I mean, honestly, Protoss is usually the aggressor. Usually the one going for the 2-base timing, going for whatever tech to really put that Terran behind. But Kairos not wanting to go for any kind of tech, early tech, to do any sort of cheesy play to try to kill those there SCVs. Those there SCVs. Wow, really quick robo. We might be seeing in another gate. So yeah, we're going to see a 3-gate robo timing. The second gas is down. Depending on how fast he takes these gases will depend on what he will be able to tell us what he's doing. And Terran just doing the natural thing. But no, he went factory. He's getting a 1-1-1 together first. Does he have Widow Mines? Nope. That Reaper being able to see just about everything going on in the base. Let me see if he saw the robo. Did see the robo. First observer out. Will we see a second observer? Yeah, we're going very quick Colossus tech. We will see an Immortal come out. Usually you would see a second observer, and then you would get your fast Colossus. So this is a fast Colossus, which is a very gushy army type. However, the AOE and positioning is everything. First medevac out. Stim halfway done. Takes forever. Factory lifted off to go scout. So from what it looks like, our Protoss player is going to be able to have a composition positioning willing to destroy our Terran player. Our Terran player, you know, is on bio. Do we see engineering bays down? Not yet, but we are seeing 3 more barracks come down with a total of 4 barracks on 2 base. Maybe we'll see a 5th. And we'll probably see a bio push here within the next couple minutes. Uh-oh. First Colossus is warping in. Oh, our Protoss player is supply blocked. Unfortunately. But he is making his Colossus. I mean, that's what he's focusing on right now. So it's not necessarily killing him. Factory in the third location. Optional third location. But definitely the third location, because this one's a little harder to get to. And we're seeing a little bit of a bio move out, maybe a pickup. And it looks like this is going to be quite a bit of drop play. But, you know, Kairos sees it. He has this observer right here. He is able to know when this Terran is going to move out or do some type of drop. Forge coming down, first Colossus out, second Colossus coming in, waiting for extended thermal lance, and maybe going to make the push off them. But this is sort of the distance between both bases. I mean, it's not necessarily too long, but with this army composition, it's kind of gushy. It's with enough marauders and a stem, this can be easily dealt with, positioning willing. However, if you move out, you have nothing to defend your base. The Terran can drop, and it could be deadly. I mean, just one medevac, moving out with your entire army with 2 Colossus. Focus on that earlier Colossus, and this isn't necessarily safe. The safest build. But it is the 11-minute mark, and we are seeing a little bit of a bio push-out. Moving up toward the front of the natural, going to poke in and see what's up. And he's going to see 2 Colossus and be like, I need to get out of here. Those are definitely real. And moving out. But is he going to just go into the main? Is he just going to go? Oh, yeah. He's gonna load up and just go into the main right now. I think Kairos is prepared for this. And he is. And he's going to move up into his main base. Sort of out of... And, oh, can he get one? Can he get one? Oh, if he gets one. But I don't think he's going to be able to. So Kairos needs to leave his base right now. Or with that robo, make a warp prism. Warp prism would be great right now because there's nothing in here. But production is gearing up for our Terran player. He's going to just shove bio down the Protoss's throat. And we'll see if the Protoss will be able to keep up. He does have enough AoE, but he needs to be able to inflict damage right now. He needs to slow down that Terran. He needs to get a third himself or figure out what he was going to do. Because this is actually the crucial timing point right now when you get those quick Colossus. +1 attack coming in for Protoss player. Vikings in production. We are seeing Arbory to unlock that next tier of upgrades from our Terran player. We are seeing more bio come across the map. 4 Marauders, a bunch of Marines. So the Viking count will be up now, and I believe our Terran player will be able to take care of this. I mean, the supplies just tell it all right now. 102 supply to 137. This early Colossus investment is... he needs to be able to deal with these Vikings. The early Colossus investment has limited his other production, but I mean, soon these Stalkers are going to be completely useless. I mean, they're already... I mean, as soon as the upgrades actually come in. And here's an engage. 1 Stalker going down, and a few Marines. Kairos trying to get back to his natural or get better positioning. There are 2 Vikings here. I don't necessarily say enough to stop this. Oh, and there was a flank, or just mispositioned? A drop going into the natural. It's going to tear him apart. He's going to have to get something over there. He does have. Oh, enough. Yes, he will be able to stop that quite easily. Positioning is actually pretty good here. The Terran player is able to take his third right now. Quite a lot of medevacs and enough Vikings. Not necessarily enough Vikings. He's gonna have to micro really well. These Stalkers need to focus on the Vikings while we have the rest of the units focus on the Marines. Positioning has to be good here. And also, UNM, this is match point for UT Austin. Megamanzen needs to win this to win it, or Kairos needs to win this to go to the ace match. We do have Blink being researched. I'm not necessarily a fan of that. You're moving to a point where you need to just focus, get High Templar, and get Archons. And oh, there's just too many Vikings out right now. There aren't enough Archons. There aren't any Archons at all. You need Archons to kind of deal with this. And Storms in general. We see our Terran player's third base is really kicking in. There's just too much production coming from our Terran player. He is nearly max, while our Protoss player is sitting around 130 supply. He is getting +2 attack, and his Templar Archives is finished right now. Oh, Mothership Core sniped. He is not going to get any Photon Overcharge. Is he already making a new one? He needs to very quickly. These Vikings are just, oh, so annoying. And more Vikings coming in. This is really overwhelming. These Colossus are going to be basically negated. There are no Storms. Oh my gosh, and getting one Colossus and going to be able to take out this Immortal and just going to keep pushing. He feels so confident about it. He knows that those High Templar do not have Storm. There are no Archons on the field to really deal with this, and this Terran player is just going to come right in and do his evil. Or goodness. And here come those Archons a little too late. Congratulations, UT Austin, Megamanzen, bringing home the bacon, being able to stomp this Protoss army. Again, early Colossus is great, but you need to go at a certain time. Dropping Vikings. And GG, and UT Austin does take this best of 4 from week 4 of the CSL 2013-2014 season. I'd like to thank the UNM CSL team for being my buddies and allowing me to cast their games, and UT Austin for being great sports, and congratulations for winning.